Hey all, so I just had my morning Sunday cleanse, so that was number 4 out of 5. Terry played the music that's playing in the background, Kundalini activation. It was a hands-on. He also used the rain stick today, which was different, as well as the bowls on my body. But today's experience was, oh my word, I look like shit. It's 8 in the morning. Anyways, yeah, today was a different experience for sure. I came in ready from last night, like, don't overthink and just kind of be. Stop trying to make sense of everything that's like happening. And I started to obviously overthink, and then I got my breathing back, and I totally drifted, and I don't know where I went when I was on my belly. But it was really cool. There's like just really cool sensations. But not much happened until I flipped, and when I flipped over to lie on my back, that was insane. That was like no word of a lie. The bed is like this, and I felt like my body was like this across the bed, like on an angle. And I felt like, how am I across the bed and hanging off? It was so weird, amazing weird. But at the time, it was like, whoa. I did find that at a certain point, I didn't have to keep telling myself to be in the moment. I felt like I was gone. He did this thing up the front of my body with his fingers, and it was weird because I felt like my body went from feet to knees were bent, to my waist was bent, to my shoulder, to my head. I felt like I was contorted, like on the bed, which felt really cool. I felt like a snake. But when I realized when I came out of it, I was actually like really tense. And I the only thing that made me realize that was when I took a deep breath. I actually felt the relaxing feeling, like, let go, and I let go. But it was very cool. Like, it just happened, so I'm still not even trying to make sense of it. I'm just trying to still feel it. But it was crazy. It was like the feeling. I felt like, let go of the fear, let go of the fear, let go of the fear, let go of the fear. I felt like there was like rays of, like a beam of light, a ray of sunshine coming from my belly out, but with like flowers going through it. It was so weird. It looked really pretty. And let go of fear, let go of fear, let go of fear, let go of fear. That's all I kept hearing. And then all of a sudden I just felt like so much love. Like I can't fully explain it. It it's just like an overwhelming, in a good way, feeling of like love. Like but I didn't feel it from him. I felt it from in me. And it's fucked because I'm not even like crying. Like sad. Like, it was so cool. It was so cool. I felt like he wasn't even massaging me. I felt like he was not even him. I felt like there was I felt like he was energy, and he was like pushing into my body, not bad, but like overtaking my body and moving things around, and guiding them, pushing them. It wasn't like he was massaging me. And then he did this thing on my head. Oh my word. I actually spoke. Not that you can't speak during a cleanse, you can if you want to, but it takes a lot to form the words. It's like a force. You gotta push out your voice. And I did, and he was near my head. He was doing something with it, and it felt like it was very slowly putting a puzzle piece with another puzzle piece, and then getting another puzzle piece. And it was like, in my mind, I was like, people who have gotten a cleanse from him before understand what I'm talking about. When you feel him leaving an area and you're like, no, 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 no. It was like that feeling, and that's when I said, like, don't stop. And he stayed in my head, like on my head area. I'm so glad I spoke up. And then it wasn't like a puzzle piece anymore. It was like he was just putting things in its place, like here, there, and everything that he was placing. It was like every time I got a different angle of whatever this was being placed, every time it moved and it formed something else, it was like I was getting flashes of like fear, that things that make me fear, and then things that make me feel love, and not even things, like just the feeling of love and the feeling of fear, I guess. That's what it was. But it was like it was being placed back, and it was just the coolest thing. To be honest, he actually cut it short because I was feeling so much. When he went to do my legs, it kind of it woke me back up out of the trance I was in, and he said I looked pretty stunned. I felt pretty stunned, but it really, really felt really, really cool. I think I said to him at one point, I feel really cool. I don't know what I meant by that, but anyways, forgive the morning look. This is raw and real footage, so take it as you wish. I still have one more, so that's pretty fucking badass. Usually the last one, to my knowledge, is about love and just kind of bringing everything together. But this morning's session kind of blew it out of the park. I personally never experienced it. I've heard many people talk about things like this, but I've never. So fucking hallelujah, that was cool. Here's the room for those maybe new viewers who've never seen this before, but this is my husband's healing room. There's crystals and stuff over there, and his statue, figurine goddess, his incense. That's actually a tattoo on my back from Bali. And the room is made out of bamboo walls and barnwood. I was just in the bed, that's why it's messy. His bowls and gong and everything's right there. And then this is the table where you sit to do talks or council sessions or cards. But anyways, that's me. That was a long video. That was a lot. I'm sure I'm going to process a lot more through the day, so love you all. Stay tuned for number 5.